The Toyota Camry XSE V6. Here we are again, another video on my Camry XSE V6. Right now we're heading over to do an oil change on this car, and so I thought it'd be a good time to do a video about what the maintenance cost would be on a Toyota Camry. Now granted, it's a Toyota Camry, so nobody's expecting the costs to be insane on a Toyota Camry. And honestly, you probably wouldn't even have to watch this video to get an idea of what a Toyota Camry maintenance cost would be. But the reason I decided to make this video is because it's the XSE V6, so it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. And so if you're thinking of getting a Toyota Camry, but you want the sportier version, you want the XSE V6 or just the XSE in general, or even the SE, then this might be a little bit helpful to help you make that decision of whether or not you want to buy a normal SE, an XSE, or if you just want to stick to the LE. If the extra expenses that come from having an XSE is too much for you, then this will be a good video for you to watch. So, like I said, right now I'm going to get an oil change for my Toyota Camry XSE V6. I got the Toyota Care package thing, whatever it's called, when I got the car, and it's still pretty new. I'm only at 20,000 miles, so I'm only going for my 4th service. I got the 5 services package, and so that's a cool thing that Toyota offers. So if that's one thing that you care about, then that's one thing to keep in mind, is that you can get the Toyota Care package so that it's cheaper. But here's the thing, so each service is about $90 to $110 from the receipts I get, is what I've seen. But obviously I have the Toyota Care, so I get them for free. But once I have to start paying for them, I only have one more service after today's. Once I have to start paying for them, then obviously I'll start paying. But for the purpose of this video, each service is about $100. We'll go with the $100. That service includes tire rotations, liquids, fluids checks and stuff, and obviously the oil change, which I believe they only do for every 10,000 miles. So today we will be getting an oil change, whereas the last one was just the tire rotation and things like that. Now, this is just your good old Camry. So when it comes to tires and brakes and things of the such, we're not talking anything crazy expensive. We're not talking $15,000 Bugatti tires for a Toyota Camry. But I did think it would be good to point out that, well, driving through Vegas one time, I did get a flat tire and I had to get the tire replaced because it was not like a puncture or anything. Like if you've watched my reviews, I talk about how the fact that the car is so low, it affects the ability to go over potholes, and if you go over a pothole too fast, then you could get a flat tire. So that's what happened to me, and so I got the tire replaced, and it ran me about $400, $450 around there to get the whole thing replaced. I had to get a brand new tire, and so the total price, so that's the total price for the whole thing. Obviously I didn't get any package where you buy 3 get 1 free or something like that. I know there's a lot of those things out there, a lot of those packages for tires. So, but just for a general idea, I'd say probably $300 per tire, because this is the XSE V6. I believe the XSE and the SE also have the same like size tires and rims and wheels in general. So it will run you about the same if you have those cars for tires. Brakes, I believe, are also the same, but also it's a Toyota Camry. Like I said, this isn't a Porsche with huge carbon ceramic brakes or anything like that. This is, you know, just your average normal brakes. It is the XSE V6, so they might have put some extra little bit performance brakes on it to handle the fact that it's a lot faster than a normal Camry. But other than that, it's not that big of a difference. Even the Lexus IS350 F Sport that we have, that one has really big brakes, and that one is designed to be able to slow you down way quicker. And I will be making a video on that car as well, on the maintenance costs for that car and daily driving it and all those things. But yes, that car, for example, has the same engine, but it's sportier, so it has bigger brakes and it'll cost you a lot more. This one particularly is not going to run you that much money for brakes and tires and stuff. So that is the idea that you can have for the maintenance costs when it comes to tires and brakes for a 2023 Toyota Camry XSE V6, or even just the normal XSE or the normal SE as well. I believe the TRD version of the Camry has bigger brakes. I'm not certain about that, so don't quote me on that, but that is the assumption that I have because it is much sportier than these, and it has the V6 as well. The biggest expense when you have a car that has a 3.5 liter V6 is gonna be gas. It's not a truck, so it's not gonna be guzzling up gas, but it's not the most efficient on gas. You're not talking a 4-cylinder, you're not talking a hybrid or any of that, which are options for Camrys if that's what you want. But this is not that. This is a 3.5 liter V6. It gets me about 24 miles per gallon on average overall, meaning I fill up about once every 1 to 2 weeks. A full tank, because I get 91 for performance reasons for this car, that runs me around $70 to $80 per tank here in California, in Southern California where I live. So every month I'm looking at about $150 to $200 worth of gas. That's per month. So that'll be another expense on top of your services and things like that to maintain the car. And then last thing that I don't think is technically considered a maintenance cost, but is something to consider if you're gonna get a somewhat of a luxury car like this. Obviously, it's not considered a full-on luxury car. It's not a Mercedes, Audi, BMW, or whatever, but it is considered a sporty, luxurious car when it comes to insurance. And my insurance personally, because I'm a young driver, is about $250 with no points on my record or anything like that. So it's just straight up, the car is $250 and that's it for the insurance. So depending on who you are, it'll vary quite a bit depending on what insurance you have and all those things. But that's another one to consider. We can probably safely assume that it'll be around $200 to insure this car. So if we add it all up, we have oil change. It'll be about $100 every, I'd say 2 to 3 months. At least that's for how often I drive. So it'll be about $100 every 2 or 3 months. So we got $100, and then we have, that's the whole service actually. So that'll include tire rotations and stuff. We'll just add another $200 just for tires, just in case. Tires and brakes, we'll give that just a rough estimate, another $200 for that. So we're talking, we'll say quarterly you're getting an oil change. So that's $400 for oil changes. Tires in a year, tires and brakes will probably run you about $200 in a whole year. So we are now at $600 for that. Then if we add gas, which is $200 a month, that'll be about $2,400. Remember guys, we're gonna incorporate that because it's a 3.5 liter V6. That's a very important thing to consider, because if you're driving a hybrid, if you're driving a Toyota Camry LE hybrid, or even the XSE hybrid, or any of those, you're probably gonna be getting 40 to 50 miles per gallon, whereas in the XSE V6, you're only getting 24 miles per gallon if you're lucky. I mean, I guess I kind of drive it a little bit with a heavy foot, but in general, you're not gonna get very much more than 26, 27 miles per gallon, even if you're driving it well, like trying to conserve gas. So we're gonna say about $2,400 for gas in a year. And then insurance, you're talking $200 a month on average probably. So that'll also be another $2,400. But yes, like I said, that will 100% depend on your insurance, what type of insurance you get, the deals that you have on there, the bundles and all the stuff that you have. So that's why I'm just giving $200 as a rough estimate. So we got $2,400 for insurance, $2,400 for gas. So we're talking $4,800 there, plus the 600 that we calculated for the oil changes, tires and brakes and things like that. So overall, we're looking at about $5,400 total. If I did my mental math right, we're looking at about $5,400 total for the maintenance cost over a year. So it's still nothing crazy. It's still going to be a Camry. The biggest difference between any of the other Camrys is probably just going to be your gas. And now I know I might get lots of comments saying this and this and this about other things that I just talked about. So yeah, feel free to comment about any of those things. Like, give me your insights on it. We can figure out how much it'll cost as a team, if you want to say that. How much it'll cost to maintain your Camry. And then yeah, if you guys have seen differently, if it's costed you less or more to maintain your Camry, let me know in the comments as well. But yeah, other than that, I'm about to pull up to get this oil change, and so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, that's about it. So for a rough estimate, rough idea, $5,400 per year is the maintenance cost of the Toyota Camry. That's not including any type of things you want to add to it or anything that comes out of nowhere. Like, I mean, if you have to get 4 new tires a year because of getting flat tires and stuff, then obviously that's not included. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, you already know. And peace.